and welcome to the 2020 North Campus Lyons Township Open House. My name is Matthew Brode, and I'm an instructor in the Visual Arts Department at Lyons Township. I know that if you're watching this video, you have a vested interest in helping our learning succeed. And you're not just here as parents, as families, as guardians, but you're here as stakeholders. So let's get started. For 25 years, each year that I have taught at LT, I've looked forward to the open house because it always seemed to coincide with when things really started to click around here. I would usually look around this time and see things really starting to take shape. By this time, I have usually met most of the youngsters that I'll be working with over the course of the semester, and by the time open house is upon us, I don't need a class roster with a picture, or I won't draw a blank when you mention your youngster's name. This is usually a time when I see new connections forming between students, creating an energy in the studio that inspires curiosity and experimentation. I see the studio begin to look lived in, alive, learned in. I look forward to the open house because it signaled a time when routines were developing, artwork started filling the showcases, friendly smiles were definitely more plentiful as our learning community, both young and old, sits back, takes a breath, and relaxes a bit, reflects and recovers from the launch of the new school year. I have really looked forward to meeting you, to shaking your hands, to showing you how passionate I am about working with your sons, your daughters, your loved ones, and this isn't the next best thing. This is awesome that our open house welcome and messages will reach more people well beyond our meeting time tonight. I'm just to the point now where I feel that I can actually come up for air, and this is what I see as I look around. I've been telling the kids, and I'll share it with you too, that I think the really important things around here, they are just the same. Maybe they won't look the same, but I'd much rather have the people without the building than the building without the people. I feel that change can be a very powerful tool of progress, and I work with a great bunch of colleagues around here, teachers too, not just the kids, and we are committed to preserving the traditions of excellence that make LT exceptional while adapting to our changing world. That is LT's history. I forgot to mention that for 25 years, I have also shared with open house attendees the great pride that I feel in being able to serve this community and represent Lyons Township, and that too remains unchanged. I've always seen open house as an opportunity for families to meet the people their youngsters are sharing their days with, and I think that this is just as important as ever, and here we are, and thank you so much for coming to the 2020 open house. I have seen the relationship of trust that has underscored the community's learning partnership with Lyons Township, and although the Visual Arts Department faces some unique challenges with art education under COVID, we have not only embraced the challenges, but we have been working hard to create engaging, equitable, and accessible opportunities for students that are enrolled in three-dimensional design courses this semester. The art staff is unified in not only offering the opportunities for youngsters to succeed, but in keeping supports in place to facilitate this in the absence of face-to-face instruction. What began as a concern about offering authentic studio experiences to our students quickly expanded into conversations about innovation, not just recreation or knee-jerk reactions. We do want materials in the hands of our artist learners, and over 50% of North Campus students were able to successfully pick up materials to begin working at home with during the first 2 weeks of our learning. And that distribution will continue until all interested students are connected with materials that they need. Safety has always been a top priority in the art labs, so safely distributing supplies to hundreds of students is nothing new. It has just been much more time consuming than any of us wants it to be doing it this way. Things will continue to look differently for now, but the heart of what we do will be the same. For 2.5 decades, I believed that concepts drove art instruction, and that materials were just the path that we could share while opening these doors together. I have always believed that if I fulfilled my mission as an educator, the real value of what students left LT with had nothing to do with the projects. It had everything to do with how they could advance their problem solving and critical thinking skills, how they could connect and build a collaborative mindset, experience leadership opportunities, practice team building, to share and support one another in imagining, creating, exploring, and self-actualizing. I'm committed to navigating the upcoming months with previously unimagined compassion, creativity, and flexibility, and I'm pretty creative, caring, and flexible to begin with. I really believe that I see promise for a more visible, vibrant, online learning community that celebrates and showcases the creative efforts of all LT students. I see connections between campuses. I see connections between older and younger learners. I see walls disappear, replaced by opportunity, replaced by community. All North Campus Room 41 art students this semester will be sharing a single Canvas page because I believe that there is strength in numbers, and we're going to move forward supporting one another in our goals, all 100 of us. We have an online contest going on now on Zoom to name our online art space, and so far the top contender is wait, what was that question again? So you can check back on that for the results a little bit later. We're going to work together to design an online space that documents and celebrates the creative process, not just the finished products. We can honor more students in more ways by recognizing the broad scope of learning that takes place in ways that a finished piece can disguise. We will look at, discuss, and write about history, contemporary artists, and culture, and investigate how that creates a context for our experiences. You will see your LT youngsters engaging in hands-on studio activities, so encourage them by helping them with a dedicated art workspace, if space allows, and if they don't already have one, a place to de-stress, make some stuff, take a break from all that virtual activity. They will be asked to set goals, to create, to connect, to respond, and reflect, to inform, and enhance the creative process. Art assessment at LT relies heavily on the formative practices, and students will experience opportunities for independent and guided practice, participate in self and peer assessment to guide revision, and create a small body of artwork. In an environment where creative risk-taking is absolutely encouraged, summative assessment can reflect individual goals, overall growth or progress towards these goals, or what we would describe as a portfolio assessment, which would assess the semester's learning based on individual goals and the essential outcomes for the course. We target instructional strategies to maximize student growth and engagement, and will also continue to rely heavily on student and parent feedback to shape this experience as we move forward. All the course materials are on Google, syllabi for all the art department courses, their corresponding curriculum maps, but tonight, like for the last 25 years, I just wanted to give you a sense of who your youngsters were spending 3 days a week with, unless they change the schedule again. You can trust that your little big ones are in good hands, and I will treat them as if they were my own. And we're not going to make the best of anything, because that is setting the bar really low. We are all going to work really hard to make this a great year, and I promise to continue to do my very best to keep our learning fresh, relevant, engaging, and user-friendly. My sincerest hope at this point is to welcome students back into the building, in whatever fashion that looks like. And until this time, let's continue to work together in supporting our learners in their quest. Thanks again, and enjoy the rest of the open house. For now, signing off, Matt Brode.